Alrighty, welcome back to the game show Fun Zone. And this time we're going to get started with our first game of Jeopardy for the Nintendo 64. Sorry, not for the Nintendo 64, for the Xbox 360. My apologies. We already did Jeopardy for the N64 in another video. That one's going to continue soon, but right now, I want to get started with Jeopardy for the Xbox 360. Here we go. From the Game Show Fun Zone Studios in Toronto, Canada, this is Jeopardy!
Please welcome our contestants.
Hopefully that was successful. Player 1 for this on the Game Show Fun Zone.
Player 2. Player 3.
And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex
Trebek.
Thank you, Johnny Gilbert, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Let's
Alright,
get
let's
right
go to
now
work.
into the
round
Jeopardy
one,
round.
the Jeopardy round. This round,
Those
of
are worth
course, has
$200
one
to
daily double,
$1,000 in
and
these
the categories for our first round of
The
play
New
are
Testament.
The New Testament,
The short form.
short form,
You're in
You're
denial.
in Denial,
The movies.
the movies,
Salmon.
Salmon,
And 21st century history. Player 1,
Short
make a
form
selection.
200.
Frag, meaning to kill a fellow soldier, started as a short form of this term for a type of grenade. Yes, player 1?
what is fragrance?
Nope.
No, and we're not off to a good start.
Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? The correct response is fragmentation.
Fragmentation.
We return to you,
Next guess.
player 1.
Alright, let's try 21st century history.
In 2001, she became the first First Lady to win elective office, becoming a senator from New York. Let's hear it, player 1.
Who is Hillary Clinton?
You, correct.
That is
You're
right.
out of the home.
Alright, 21st century
Player
history.
1, this 2005 hurricane was the costliest natural disaster in U.S. history. Okay, player 1.
What is Katrina? 21st century history.
Player
6.
1, Benedict XVI succeeded this pope as head of the Roman Catholic Church in 2005. Yes, player 1.
Who is John Paul II?
Correct.
21st century history 800.
Player 1, this cabinet-level department established in 2002 includes FEMA, the Coast Guard, and Customs. It's player 1.
What is Homeland Security?
Yeah!
Got it. And let's finish the category.
Player 1, in 2004, 7 countries that were once Soviet allies were admitted as new members of this military alliance. Yes, player 1?
What is NATO?
Yes.
Alright. Well done in that category.
Select again.
Short form for 400.
If your internist gives you a script, it's short for this. Player 1?
What is a prescription?
Correct.
Alright, short form for 600.
Please pick buck, as in dollar, is short for this item once used in trade and barter. Okay, player 3.
What is buckskin?
Good.
That
Player 3, you start us off.
is right. The New Testament for 200.
Jesus grew up in this town in the southern part of Galilee. Player 1,
What is Nazareth?
that is correct. All right, let's get back into
Short
this.
form for
Player 1,
example.
a cab you drink is short for this word. It's player one.
What is Cabernet?
Whoa!
Yes. Short form for 1,000.
Please pick. A cab you ride in is short for this word. Player one.
What is cabriolet?
Good for you.
Yep.
We return to you, player one. In Luke, this angel told Zacharias that his wife Elizabeth would bear a son, and thou shalt call him John. Yes, player one.
Who is Gabriel?
Whoa!
Yep, that's the angel we needed. New Testament
Player one.
says,
The book of John records him as saying, "Except I shall see in his hands the print of the nails, I will not believe." Here's what we wanted. Thomas.
Thomas was
Please
needed.
pick again, player one.
800 New Testament.
Jesus was referring to this fisherman when he said, "Upon this rock I will build my church." Yes, player one.
Who is Peter?
Yep.
New Testament for 1,000, please.
Selecting. On the road to Damascus, this future epistle writer was asked by Jesus, "Why persecutest thou me?" Let's hear it, player three.
Who's Paul?
That is
That's
correct.
right. 1,600. Player 2 is yet to
Player
bring
three,
in.
you start.
3 whole categories remain.
Jack Palance's character is described as a saddlebag with eyes in this 1991 comedy. Let's hear it, player one.
What is City Slickers?
That's right.
Yes. The movie's for 400.
Okay, in the film Music and Lyrics, Hugh Grant plays the Jeopardy Think music written by this creator of Jeopardy.
Oh! I
Yes,
gotta
player
get
one.
this. Who is Merv Griffin?
Right.
Yeah. Better get that one.
Select
600 movies.
Irene Bedard, the speaking voice of this heroine in an animated Disney film, played her mother in The New World. Yes, player one?
Who is Pocahontas?
That's correct.
800.
You again. The 2003 film Pieces of April starred this actress, who had yet to meet and marry Tom Cruise. Okay, player one?
Who is... It's not Sophia Miles. Who is Katie Holmes? Alright, it's 50-50 and I chose the right one.
Player one,
1,000.
choose again. Jane Russell and Marilyn Monroe sang about being two little girls from Little Rock in this 1953 movie musical. Here's what we wanted. Gentlemen prefer blondes.
For blondes.
You
Two
again,
categories
player
remain.
one.
Salmon 200.
Fish ladders help salmon travel upstream over these man-made obstructions. Yes, player one?
Dams? Alright. Salmon for 400.
You get to... Salmon are members of the same family as the speckled or brook variety of this fish. The correct response is the trout.
Trout. Okay.
Player
600.
one, choose
Salmon.
again. World Book says this country leads the world in salmon fishing with more than 450,000 tons caught each year. Player one,
What is the United States?
you got it.
Alright. 9,200 now. Salmon
Player
800.
one, weighing up to 100 pounds, this large type of salmon shares its name with a warm, dry wind. Let's hear it, player three.
Miss Santa Ana? Nope.
Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Here's what we were looking for. The Chinook.
Chinook. That's what we needed.
Select
You're
again.
in denial for 800.
This ancient Greek historian called Egypt the gift of the Nile. Here's the correct response. Herodotus.
Herodotus. Okay. You're in denial
You
for
again,
200.
player one. This colorful branch of the Nile River begins at Lake Tana in Ethiopia. It's player one.
What is the Blue Nile? You're in denial
You
for
get to
4.
pick. In 1902, construction was completed on the first dam on the Nile at this southern Egyptian city. Here's what we wanted. Aswan.
Aswan. Alright,
Please pick again,
salmon
player
4,000.
one. When it gets its silvery scales and migrates to the sea for the first time, a young salmon is called this. Here's the response we
And
were
young
looking
salmon
for.
are
A
called
smoke.
Smolt.
Player one,
You're in denial
back to
for
you.
6. The answer there is the Daily Double.
Answer.
And
The
we have
Daily
only
Double.
one clue left on the board
And you
after
have
this.
the lead. What are you going to wager?
Okay, I will go for 1,400, please. Alright, answer.
All right, here's your clue. A center of Egypt's rice trade, this Nile Delta city lends its name to an important translating stone.
What is Rosetta?
That puts
That
you
is
even
right.
further
That
ahead.
takes me to 10,800.
And now the
And let's take
$1,000
our
clue.
last clue on the board, shall we?
And here's Kelly.
An ancient boat, nearly 150 feet long, was found in 1954 by archaeologists investigating the Great Pyramid on this Egyptian plateau.
Here's the correct
An Egyptian
response.
planet.
Giza.
So it's Giza. And that takes us to the end of the Jeopardy round. Let's see what we have in terms of scores. Well, I've got a big lead at 10,800. Player 3 in second at 800. Player 2 in third with 0. In fact, she didn't even ring in at all in that first round, mainly because I was very quick on that signaling device. Well, she's going to get a chance to play Double Jeopardy because she's going to
Player
start
2 is
that
in third place. Means, of course, player 2 will select first in Double
We're
Jeopardy.
going to get to that round later. 2 daily
And we
doubles
have 2
this
daily
time.
doubles awaiting you.
Let's put the dollar figures in. And now we'll look at the categories.
The
The
1930s.
1930s.
Adjective.
Adjectives.
Cats and
Cats
dogs.
and dogs.
Name the poet.
Name the poet.
Famous Canadian.
Famous Canadians. And
And NBA
NBA
nicknames.
nicknames.
Player
Where are we
2,
gonna start?
you start us off.
Cats and dogs for 4.
Siamese kittens develop their full adult color within a few months, but are born mostly this color. It's player 1.
Oh, what is black? No. That's not
Any
the
other
color.
takers? Here's the correct response. White.
They're mainly born white. Cats and dogs 800.
The Bombay cat, a cross between a Burmese and a black American shorthair, originated in this largest Kentucky city. Player 1?
What is Lexington?
No, that's not right.
I think it was Louisville.
Anyone else want to hazard
Yeah,
a
be
guess? on
careful
this?
now, because I'm down to 9,600.
Here's what we were looking for. Louisville.
Yeah, 50-50, and I chose the wrong one
Player
this
2.
time.
Pick again.
Cats and dogs for 12.
In England, this cat breed was once known as a foreign blue. Here's the correct response. The Russian blue.
Russian blue.
Select again.
1600.
This dog that derives its name from a place on the eastern shore of the Adriatic is also called a coach dog. Here's the correct response. The Dalmatian.
It's a Dalmatian. So your
Player
selection,
two.
player two.
You pick again, please.
Finishing the category. The answer there is a daily double.
Answer.
And although you have no money, you can risk up
Player
to
two. You're in last
$2,000.
place.
Just
Player
300.
two,
Well,
please select
you'll get
your
some money
answer.
if you're right.
Corgis come in two breeds, Cardigan Welsh Corgi, and this one.
Pembroke?
Yes.
Yes. So now you're on the board with 300.
Please
Let's
pick
go
again.
somewhere
Player two.
Poet for 400.
The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still. Okay, player one.
I'll say who's Emily Dickinson.
Nope.
That's not right. Now I've responded.
Anyone else care to try to
incorrectly
come up with a
3
correct response?
times in a row that I've rang in. Gotta be careful.
Let's hear it, player two.
Maya Angelou.
Player two, back to you.
Poet 800.
Wee sleekit cowrin timorous beastie, oh what a panic's in thy breastie.
Sounds Scottish. Either Scottish or Irish.
Here's the response we were looking for. Robert Burns.
It's Robert Burns.
Player two, choose again.
Poet for 1200.
There was an old man with a beard who said, "It is just as I feared." We're talking about Edward Lear.
Edward Lear was who we needed.
Player two, pick again.
Adjectives for 4.
This adjective precedes grace in the name of a hymn.
What is amazing?
Okay, player one. That is correct.
Adjectives for 800.
Player one. From the Latin for falling down, it's used to describe a tree that sheds its leaves annually. Okay, player one.
What is deciduous?
That's it.
There we go. Back in the 5 figures.
We
Adjectives
return
for
to you
12.
from the Latin for flowing. It means able to speak or write smoothly as a foreign language. Let's hear it, player one.
What is fluent?
Hey, you're right.
Yes. Adjectives for 1600.
Player one. This adjective that means weirdly frightening comes from the Old English for cowardly. Here's what we were looking for. Eerie.
Eerie. Alright, let's finish the category.
Select this 10-letter adjective meaning extraordinarily great in size comes from the Latin for to shake. Let's hear it, player one.
What is gargantuan?
No.
No.
Anyone else
Back to
want to hazard a
96.
guess on this? Here's the correct response. Tremendous.
Tremendous. Oh. Alright, let's go
Player
somewhere
one,
else.
back to you for
NBA
our
nicknames
next
for
selection.
4.
MJ.
Who is Michael Jordan?
Let's hear it, player one.
800.
Player one. Pistol Pete. Let's hear it, player one.
Who is Pete Maravich?
That is correct.
1200.
Select it, Sir Charles.
Who is
Player
Charles
one.
Barkley?
Right you are.
NBA nicknames for 16.
Player one. Mr. Clutch. It's player one.
And who's Jerry West?
That's it.
And let's finish the category.
Player one. Hondo. Okay, player one.
Who's John Havlicek?
That is correct.
Yep. Well done for that category.
Select again.
Famous Canadians.
In 1917 and 1918, Ontario's Billy Bishop claimed 72 aerial victories as an ace in this war. Let's hear it, player
What
one.
is World War One?
You again. Toronto-born journalist Morley Safer began co-hosting this TV news magazine way back in 1970.
What is 60
Okay, player
minutes?
one. Right you are.
Famous Canadians.
Please pick
1200.
again. Here's Jimmy. He'll show you.
This mariner's 16th century explorations of the Gulf of St. Lawrence laid the basis for French claims to Canada.
It's player one.
Not Cabot. Who is Cartier?
That is correct.
Okay. 1600.
Player one. Co-discoverer of this pancreatic hormone, Ontario's Frederick Banting won a 1923 Nobel Prize. It's player one.
What is adrenaline?
Oh,
No, not adrenaline.
Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this?
Still have a lot of money though. 16,400.
Here's the correct response. Insulin. Player one. This Nova Scotia man founded a famous line of ships in 1838. Player one.
Oh, who is William Halifax? Oh, no, that's not right.
Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Yes, player two.
Samuel Cunard.
You got it.
That's right.
Where do we
Alright,
begin?
yeah.
Player two.
1930s to 4.
W.H. Auden wrote of this Civil War-torn country, "History to the defeated may say alas, but cannot help nor pardon." Yes, player one.
What is Spain?
That's it. Player one,
Vote for
you're in
1600.
command of the board.
The answer there is the other daily double.
Sir, the second daily double. You are in the lead right now. What are you going to wager?
$3,000.
Okay,
Here's the
here is the
answer.
clue. A little learning is a dangerous thing. Drink deep, or taste not the Pierian spring.
Oh. Who is John Dryden?
However, you keep your lead. Here's what we were looking for. Alexander Pope.
Alexander Pope. So I dropped to 11,800.
Player one,
Pope,
you
2000.
pick drink to me only with thine eyes, and I will pledge with mine. Here's the correct response. Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson is who needed.
Select again.
800, 1930s.
As the Depression hit Europe, this figure in Belgium went from 5.4% in 1930 to 23.5% in 1932. Yes, player one.
What is unemployment?
wow.
1930s for 1,200.
Please. Melvin Purvis gained fame, more than Hoover liked, as head of the FBI's office in this city. We're talking about Chicago.
In Chicago. Okay.
Player in August of 1939, Germany signed a non-aggression pact with this nation. Let's hear it, player one.
What is the Soviet Union?
Good.
Yep. And the last clue for $2,000.
And the last clue for $2,000. In 1932, he said Huey Long and Douglas MacArthur were the two most dangerous men in the country. Here's the correct response. Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Delano Roosevelt.
Good.
And that's going to take us to the end of Double Jeopardy. Score check time once again. I'm in the lead at 14,200. Player 2 in second place with 2,700, and player 3
Games.
at 800.
All of you will continue on to play Final Jeopardy when we return.
On we go to Final
Everything
Jeopardy.
depends on Final Jeopardy, of course, so let's take a look at the category, shall we?
16th century names is what we need.
Please enter your weight.
I'll go for 1,800.
And now
Here's
the
the
last
Final
clue.
Jeopardy answer.
Paul III roared at him, "I have waited 30 years for your services. Now I'm Pope. Can't I satisfy my desire?"
Who is Michelangelo? Alright, let's go down the line and start with player 3. You said who was
How much
Michelangelo?
do you add
and
to
you're
the
right.
total with that
You
correct
double your
response?
score. You go to 1,600.
What did you put as your
Player
response?
2. You also said Michelangelo.
And that correct
And you're going to add another 300. That's going to bring you up to 3,000.
And your response?
And I also said Michelangelo.
With that correct
I'm going to add
response,
another
you will
1,800,
gain.
bringing me to $16,000.
Player one,
And
congratulations
that's going to be my
to you.
one-day cash winnings total for Jeopardy for the Xbox 360 here on the Game
We'll
Show
see
Fun
you
Zone.
next time.
Coming up next on the Game Show Fun Zone, we're going to stay on the Xbox 360 and see, but what are we going to do on it? Well, we're going to spin the wheel, solve puzzles, and try to win a lot of money. Yep, it's Wheel of Fortune for the Xbox 360, and it's next. Do not go away.